First one from r// startups. This is more of kind of positing a statement, and then we can react to it. So this guy says that people don't quit bad companies; they quit bad bosses.
Well, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to lose both of you. I completely agree. I haven't worked for anyone ever in my life, but as I kind of watched some of my last company, and as you got a layer of management below it, the bad managers, I'm not going to mention any names or even departments, but you could see the turnover be completely different in their department than the others. Jim, I mean, did we ever lose a technical person on our tech team? No, Jim's our co-founder here and ran the development team. We had 20 some odd developers and a bunch of designers, et cetera, that would report up into Jim as the CTO.
It's because he smiled all the time.
Yeah, I don't think we ever lost one except when I ran a couple of them off because they weren't any good. Whereas some of the other departments, I don't think you could say that for. What are y'all's thoughts? I mean, y'all work for a terrible boss. How do you deal with it?
I think that
Copious amounts of
I think bad bosses make bad companies.
Right.
I think people can leave a company because it's bad or they don't enjoy it. But I think that usually the root of that is that management, you can track it somewhere along the line that there's something that they're reporting to, or maybe that their direct reporting is going to is not good quality, or that it's creating an oppressive situation. So I completely agree with this.
Yeah, and I think that the biggest thing, like defining what a bad boss is difficult because it's an individual question for an individual person. For me, I think the best bosses, they understand and they treat every single individual as just that, an individual. The way that John can interact with Jim, they've known each other since the 7th grade when Jim beat him in the spelling bee championship.
The only thing he's ever beaten me in ever, by the way. Yeah.
They can act differently, and like John and Blake, they can act differently because they've worked together since 11, 12?
Yeah, and you're right. It's individualistic on that too. We're buddies. We would talk to each other. We've been on a vacation together. And the thing is, it is individualistic. Like yesterday, we had a really good, hard conversation around our path. And I knew it wasn't going to be a hard conversation because we all want feedback from each other. I came in and said some crazy things and put my foot down and said this, and like most people would not react the way you guys did. Like, oh, I disagree with you. You're 80% right, but here's where you're wrong. I mean, to tell your boss you're wrong and be able to have that feedback, I think is important. I don't know if I do it every time, but that's that's pretty individualistic, and you build a culture around that. Intellectual honesty is one of the things we value around here. So, anyway.
And then just caring. I mean, if you're a boss and you set aside an hour a day to do just very silly little things that show that you care, I think that's what matters on. And this is just something, I don't know if Joe actually picked this up or not, but Joe, our video guy, Monday we had to go exchange some equipment and he was at his thing and I took him a piece of cake. That's something that's very, very silly to do, but hopefully it shows that I care, right?
Yeah.
You're my boy.
Wow.
So that's what it is. But yeah, I think that you care and then you treat people as an individual and then you need to set the tone. So if you want people to work hard, you need to work hard. And those are my 3 things, is that's what you can do.
Yeah.